Hey everybody, I'm the multifaceted mom. Welcome back to my channel where we have gentle girl chats but also tough love so we can get our shit together and live a life without limitations. So today we're going to talk about 2024. It came so quick. But honestly, this is a tough love conversation that I'm going to give to y'all. But remember, here on this channel, I talk to myself, okay? Because I need to hear these talks just as much as you guys. And these are the talks that I have with myself, you know. Don't take it as weird as that sounded. But anyway, are y'all not tired of constantly setting goals and not doing the things that you want? Now, realistically, when we set goals at the beginning of the year, you're not going to accomplish every single thing because what happens, life, and that's okay. And I think what's important to understand, or what's really important to grasp, is to make sure you reflect on why you didn't accomplish certain goals. Did you set too many goals? Did you set unrealistic goals or goals that weren't measurable? Do not set a goal and say, I just want to lose weight. How many pounds do you want to lose? What do you want to do to lose that weight? What are the strategies that you want to lose or that you want to use to lose the weight? How much money do you want to save? If you say, oh, I want to save money, how much money do you want to save? I think where we mess up with setting goals is we set these big goals that are so drastic from our regular norm. Like, if you have never saved money, do not make a goal to save $10,000 if you've never ever even practiced even saving $5 out of every check. If you're going paycheck to paycheck, I wouldn't make a huge goal. And I think that's where we a lot of times fall off, and then midway through the year or even really by March, we just say F it and I'll start over next year. This time I really want us to challenge ourselves to set realistic goals. And last year, I think one thing that I messed up with, and I'm gonna take personal accountability, I think I set a lot of major goals, but I didn't come up with a contingency plan on when the results weren't going to be in my favor. So I didn't really fall in love with the process, and that's kind of what I'm doing in 2024 differently, and I think that you guys should too. Fall in love with the process to get to your goal, because when you fall in love with the process, you become the person that is meant to sustain the goal that you want to get to. So for example, I really want to lose a total of 150 pounds. Now, while I could say, oh, I want this to be my goal for 2024, realistically, the person that will be maintaining losing 150 pounds is going to be somebody that drinks a gallon of water every day, somebody that enjoys walking and working out, enjoys eating healthy. That's the person that's going to sustain the weight loss, because if I don't like the process, then when I get to that goal, I'm going to completely fall off. And that's kind of what I'm headed into 2024 with. And that's where I really want to start giving some tips on what you can do to sustain and actually get the shit that you want to get in 2024. Now, some things are just naturally gonna happen for me. I'm gonna be graduating with my master's degree and possibly getting, or actually trying to enroll in a PhD program. Like, these things are goals that are just gonna naturally happen. And I really want to encourage you to write those things down. Like, if you know that you've already planned for a trip, make sure you write that as a goal, because accomplishing something, even if you kind of 90% of the time know that that's going to be something you're going to get done, it's still going to make you feel good and give you that gratification that you want from accomplishing other goals. So, going to my tips. My first tip is to do a brain dump on your dream self. Now, I did this, and I want to see if I could find my brain dump, because I think I put it in my other notebook. I wrote down a like a web of what I wanted out of my life. It was like a, I forgot what the graphs are called, but I don't think I can find it. But anyway, it was like a web. I said my future self. I put it in a bubble. And then I literally wrote down fitness or health, kids, lifestyle, spirituality. Write down what you want and who you want to be. How do you want your day to look? How do you feel every single day? And I know these are certain tips that other people have given, but I think it's different when you get very detailed. Very, very detailed. Don't think about what's realistic. Think about what you actually want. Do you want to wake up and not have to work? Think about that. Like, because there's certain things that you can do now to set yourself up to get to that point. So think about what you want out of life. Do a complete brain dump. And once you even just write all of the words down and organize it in different sections, I want you to kind of break those down into, okay, where can I get to in 5 years? Where can I get to in 3 years, and 1 year? And go little by little. So for me, a long-term goal is to be a vegetarian, or actually I really want to be a vegan and not have any animal products. Realistically, right now, that's not going to happen because animal products are within my food and my diet so much that even when I am eating healthy, I don't even know how to fix certain meals that are vegetarian and that are actually good. But one thing I can start doing is looking up maybe one recipe per week or one recipe per month that I can try that's going to kind of introduce that type of lifestyle for me. So I really want you to kind of break down your goals like that. So if I want to lose, or let's say if I want to save $100,000, how many in 5 years, what can I do now to begin to do that? That's probably going to require either some investing, getting very, very, very small. I need to make at least $10,000 per month extra. What can I start creating to get this? And that's going to be your goal. The tactic of, let's say, if I want $100,000 in 5 years, so that means I need to make an extra $10,000 for the year. What type of passive income can I create? Okay, I want to create an ebook. Okay, for the first 12 weeks of the year, we're going to break it down. For the first 12 weeks of the year, I'm going to spend at least 30 minutes a day working on my ebook. And that's how you kind of work backwards to accomplish the goals that you actually want to set out to accomplish. My second tip is kind of going back to my first. Focus on 3 goals at a time. I want you to focus on 3 goals only. So my first 3 goals of the year is to be monetized on, or actually my yearly goal is to be monetized on YouTube. But my goal for the first 12 weeks or 3 months of the year is to get 5K subscribers. I also want to lose 50 pounds of the 150 pounds that I want to lose. And those 2 goals alone are very big goals for 12 weeks. But that's not the purpose of setting those goals. The purpose of setting those goals is then to go a step further, which is leading into my next tip and my last tip, is to fall in love with the process. So what is it going, and my third goal was to reach 10K retainer months for my virtual assistant social media management business. So what is it going to take for me to get there? So for losing 50 pounds, for example, I know everybody use losing weight as an example, but for losing 50 pounds, I want to commit to walking or working out for at least an hour a day. I want to commit to drinking a gallon of water at least 5 times a week. I want to commit to only 2 cheat meals per week. Only 2 cheat meals. And that includes anything that is off of a healthy diet plan. So these are like certain things that I can fall in love with, creating these little habits that is going to get me to where I want to get to. It might not be 50 pounds, but it might be 30. And then I'm 30 pounds closer to that 150 pounds that I wouldn't have been closer to had I not did the process. If I want to reach 10K months, how many retainer clients is that gonna take? How can I get those clients? Oh, I need to be applying for Upwork positions. I need to be networking on LinkedIn and posting on LinkedIn every day. So create these measurable goals, such as posting on LinkedIn twice a day, post on Instagram once a day, do a TikTok video 4 or 5 times a week. So that way you're falling in love with a process to get to fall in love with a process that is going to take to get to your goal. So let's go over the steps again. 1, do a brain dump of where you see yourself. Where do you see yourself? Who do you want to be? And break it down into steps that you need to take in order to get there. If I want to be a vegetarian, what meats am I going to cut out next month? I already barely eat pork, barely eat beef. So let's make a full commitment to not eat pork and not eat beef next year. So then that way, the next year, I can say, okay, I'm going to add chicken. I'm no longer going to eat chicken. That way, I'm only eating fish, and then so on. So if you kind of get my drift, like work backwards in order to accomplish your goal. The second thing is to create 3 goals to focus on. I think a lot of times, again, we have a lot going on. Like, if you're like me, it's too many things to focus on, and you really have to hone in on what you really want. And my last thing is, again, we're concluding, my last thing is to fall in love with the process. Fall in love with the process. Don't fall in love with the result that you're going to get from the process. Fall in love with becoming who is meant to have these goals. Who do you have to become to sustain $100,000 in savings and just sit on it? You have to be comfortable with saving money. So let's start off with saving $25 a month and just sit on it. Don't have anything planned. Break out of the paycheck to paycheck cycle. Fall in love with that process, so then you can become a person that can make and sustain $100,000 in your savings. So that's all for today. Thank you for listening. If you like what you see or what you heard today, make sure you like and subscribe to my channel. And let's have an amazing 2024, and let's get some shit done, y'all. See you.